Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be going through all of the pins that we traded on our most recent Disney trip, as well as some of the other ones that we got.
We'll start with ones we got in the character warehouse.
I counted them all up. I think we've got 78 pins to go through.
Mm-hmm.
We started off with our pins at the character warehouses. We started off at
iDrive.
I don't know why I always forget the names. But I bought this Peter Pan pin. It shows Peter Pan with Captain Hook's hat on the ship. And then I also got another one of Captain Hook and the crew, I guess you could say.
These are technically Build-A-Pin sets. They came in a 2-pack for only $6, so it was only $3 a pin.
Yeah.
So we got them for traders as well. We didn't end up trading them, but we will definitely have them for next time. One set was Minnie and Fifi, and then you have Donald and Chip and Dale. They're really cute, and they go on, you'll have to put up a picture of what they're supposed to go on to, because you like build it with pins.
Yeah. So we figured
Build a pin.
Yeah, so we figured they'd be like good traders. If I don't know if anybody's gonna want them individually or together, but we figured it might be fun to trade with somebody for those.
Yeah, I mean, a kid who wants it may not know, hey, this is a Build-A-Pin.
Yeah, so if they see a pin and they like it, I mean, they're not gonna care.
Yeah.
If it's a part of a set or if it's needs a secondary pin or anything. So
as you know, we were there for Festival of the Arts, so we got the 2025 festival pin with Figment on it, and it's super cute. It has little like music notes, and you have the Skittle cake on there, which we didn't end up trying.
Oh yeah.
And then like the Broadway little like dudes, because of the Broadway like what was it? The Eat to the Beat, I think is what it was called. Maybe? No. I think I'm thinking of
different Broadway dudes?
It's the Broadway, like, that they have. It's the little, like...
The masks?
Yeah.
And ever since we've been starting to go, we've been trying to collect a yearly pin for each year. This year we got the Mickey 2025 with him, like, throwing his hands up in the air, all excited. Lavender really liked the way this one looked. So we ended up going with this one over, I think, like a Stitch one that we were looking at, maybe. And then also the spinner pin.
Yeah, they always have the spinner pin, but we have a spinner pin.
Oh, the spinner pin's probably on our board now.
It is. It's on the board now.
Okay. So we went with that one, and we'll add that one to our year collection.
So next we picked up this Mickey and Minnie pin of them watching the fireworks by the castle, and I just thought that this was like Josh and I watching Happily Ever After, since we got to see it for the first time on this trip. Yeah. I thought it was a fun way to commemorate it. I didn't really see any that said like Happily Ever After or anything like about like the nighttime, specials or whatever. Not even like a luminous one either. So I thought this was like can kind of be it in a way.
Yeah.
So we picked up this one because it's super cute.
One of my pin collections that I like to collect is Oliver and Company. So I found this Oliver and Dodger pin, and I think it's new.
I think
I haven't
so.
seen it
was
any of
in
our
the
other
new
trips.
section.
Yeah, so I had to pick it up this trip because it's got to go in the Oliver and Company collection.
It's a cute one, and then like on a little pet bed.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's a curb.
Oh, fun. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's a street curb. I think it's during his song where he's like, "Why should I worry?"
Huh.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Cute. It was cute either way. And then next, as you know, we stayed at the All-Star Sports Resort. So they don't really have like specific resort pins for each of the three. They just have one for, combining the three. So it's just an All-Star Resorts pin, but it's a cute little one of Mickey, and it has like the icons of each of them. So it has a music note, a trophy for sports, and then like a little camera for movies.
Yeah.
So,
maybe in the future they'll like add more for each one.
Yeah,
that
it would be nice.
But because for now, like, we can only buy this one for the whole All Stars, like, because like I said, we get one for each. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. I don't know why. So the next pin we got, this one is Mickey Mouse scoring a touchdown or playing football, And we got this one because we stayed down in the touchdown section of All-Star Sports. So this is kind of like our little commemoration pin for All-Star Sports.
Yeah. This probably came out because of the Super Bowl, but
yeah, probably.
He's in Kansas City Chiefs colors too, isn't he?
Wrong colors.
Right. Last of the resort pins that we got the Port Orleans one because we stayed there on our last day and we really, really want to go back because we did love it so much and we can't wait. Well, you would have already seen it.
Yeah, I think you would have already seen the video.
Of how much we loved it and how beautiful a resort it was. We loved walking to and from Riverside and then oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. We loved walking like back and forth from the resort and to Riverside, and it was just like such a special stay for us. Yeah. And on the inside of this pin, it has gorgeous Tiana, which is like very heavily like showcased in the resort, especially in the rooms. You're gonna have like paintings, portraits, wall art of the Princess and the Frog crew. Mm-hmm. You have like Lottie, you have Louie, you have Naveen, and you have all of them there. So this is a gorgeous pin.
Is it Lottie or Lonnie?
I thought it was Lottie.
I think I said Charlotte Lonnie in the past.
Because it's Charlotte, Lottie.
Okay. So I don't know if I'm ever going to bring it back up in any other video. So I'm curious. In my brain, I described the Riverside versus French Quarter as French Quarter is more of a Tiana area, and then Riverside feels more Lottie. So I don't know if you guys agree, like, or if you have a different thought, but that's what I was getting the vibe of.
It just feels very like Riverside feels higher class, I guess. Like,
and then French Quarters feels more like downtown New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're both gorgeous.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know. I feel like Port Orleans is about to become my favorite resort. As you know, going into this trip, I wanted to find the Play in the Parks. The Play in the Park pins. And I went through. I was only able to find one of my pins that I needed, which was a very cute one. It's little Mickey and Minnie walking through the park with their little, they have like their little lanyards on and they're like holding hands walking down Main Street. So this is a really cute one, but this is the only one I found that I needed. And here we go into all the dupes. We have Goofy, which is a very cute one, but I already have it, of him with his little popcorn. He's got his ticket, he's got his autograph book, he's got everything he needs for a day in the parks. We got Daisy and Minnie with their little bubble wands. I got 2 of those.
That's a good one.
Got 2 of those.
Yeah.
Then we got Donald and Goofy riding on Haunted Mansion in a little doom buggy.
Another
I got
good one.
2 of these, but we did trade one of them away.
You want to go ahead and share that one?
Sure.
So we traded one of our Haunted Mansion Goofy and Donald pins. This was a trade on my part. Lavender entrusted me, and I think I came out really good. Because we found, what's the...
This is the Stitch Attack snack series that they did one every month. It was him and Angel in like a little duo pin set. Yeah. And they had one every month of 2024. And this was one from one of the months of him with like...
It's... see, I'm going to share it because Lavender didn't realize it. But the pretzel is actually meant to be his handcuffs from the movie. So that's... just a really cool detail.
Yeah.
And I really like this pen. I'm glad I was able to trade for this pen.
Yeah. That was with a really nice girl that we had seen. We actually saw her in the gift shop of Port Orleans, or of French Quarter, when we were kind of like doing our last round at the end of the night before we were heading back. Was it on the first? Yeah, it was. Well, we were only there for one day. But it was when we were there on Tuesday night. We saw her and we're like, oh, she has pins. And then we just went back to the room and then And then he was like, you know what, I'm kind of hungry. He was going to eat the rest of my food from Chef Artsmith. And so he ran back to the resort to fill his resort mug and then saw her and was like,
I took the pins just in case. Because Lavender has been really wanting to try to get into pin trading with people more.
I know.
Instead of just doing board trades. So we're trying to get her out of her comfort zone. She did 2 trades this trip, so.
Well, I did 1. You did 1.
No, you did 2. You did one with the girl for our piglet, and then you did another for your another Stitch.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
She did 2 this trip, so she's getting there. We're going to try to aim for 3 next trip.
Uh-huh. I'll trade with Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last pin that I got in the Play in the Park series was Donald. With his little popcorn. Mm-hmm. And I guess he's like at a Dole Whip cart too, so. Very
tuned to the spirit of Lavender.
Yeah. But again, I already have this one, so he's a trader. I got how many traders out of this? I had 6. I still have 5. So one thing that we really got into on this trip was the 2024 Hidden Disney Pin Pack.
Yeah.
That was like $20 and you get 2 pins in it. Mm-hmm. And we kind of started on those just because we couldn't really find the pin packs that we really wanted. And I had already bought enough Play in the Park ones. So Josh and I both bought a couple packs of those. So
we're trying to get ourselves prepped for the new 2025 releases.
Yeah.
But who knows when those bags are going to like fully finish coming out.
They will be out in May.
Oh, they will?
They'll be out in May.
That's dangerous. Oh, I got to save like $500 just for that.
They'll be out in May.
I think we'll have posted it already. So when we go in May, that's going to be a big...
We did not find any on pin boards, on pin sashes. We didn't find any.
Oh, yeah, the new ones, yeah.
We did not find any. But Joshua, you have got to get informed. You need to know what you're looking for.
I know what I'm looking for. Don't you worry about it. But I'm also worried. Do you think we're going to be able to find them in May? Like, do you think they're going to sell out?
I hope so.
You hope so?
I hope we can find them. I'm saying I hope we can find them.
Yeah, I know. It's...
Pumpkin.
Don't hurt them. Yeah, I really hope they're not going to be, like, sold out property-wide. Because that would really suck.
We'll have to check online, too. Like, keep an eye on Shop Disney. Because they do drop on there for a short time.
Oh, yeah. If we do that, we're buying at least 5 packs. At least. I'm not even joking. But okay, let's get back into the pans.
Okay, so this is some of the ones of my bags. And then we'll go into Joshy's bags. I did not have hardly any luck this trip around. So I got this little Star Wars droid, which I have no idea who he is, but Joshua started collecting these on our trip.
I don't know who they are either. Yeah. But I got so many, I was just like, I might as well finish this set now.
And these were actually ones that we could find on pin boards, pin lanyards. And then I got Turnabog, who I really don't know who he is or what he's from, but I know he's Turnabog.
I think he's from Fantasmic.
Or Fantasia?
Fantasia, I'm sorry.
Okay, that sounds right. So
I could be wrong, but...
Turnabog, he's cool, I guess.
Yeah, these might be like high-end traders for us, like if anybody needs them, because...
We can't be having high-end traders anymore, though, because I feel like we have no high-end trades to do.
No. Well, I mean, you gotta trade with people.
Yeah. So, and then I got Wally. We kept seeing Wally. It was a Wally trip, I guess.
Yeah.
So, we had like 3 of these guys. So, I got one from a pin pack, and I know we got one from
Pinboard and
Riverside. Then you got a pin pack of him too, but we ended up with only 2 of them. So we did need him for our Wally collection. And then from another pin pack, I got a Belle ear hat. I did trade one of these away, and I have one at home, so this was another one that I kept repeating. So
this is gonna be a long video at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and just do my little asides. So we found out Bell Services has a pin board at French Quarter. Not that many people go to it. Because Lavender traded her Bell ear hat. Mm-hmm. And we came back next day, it was still there. So it's a small pin board.
Yep.
But if you ask them, they'll bring it out for you.
It's Ray.
Yeah, Raymond.
Yeah, it's his little butt.
So, I think I found most of these on pin boards. We might have found 1 or 2 in a pack. But this is from the Wall-E set. This is the spaceship, which we do have, so we're probably going to trade this one away at some point.
And this is another one we kept seeing. We saw this again, and we were like, okay, we don't need it, so we're just going to leave it. But
yeah, it was a pretty good one.
Riverside was a really great place for pins.
Yes. So many good trades, especially on our last day. We filled out like one of our pages in our Pinfolio, and we were like, oh my gosh, this is just stacking on good pins. But what's this one?
Wall-E.
Oh, then we got a repeat Wall-E. This one either was one we pulled or one we got from the pin board. I can't remember.
This one was from a pin board.
Yeah, so we got this one. We also, I think, we didn't have Wall-E, did we?
We didn't at this point, and then
so
we kept getting him.
We have our Wall-E officially. Then we have, I can't remember his name. One of the cleaning droids from Wall-E. I can't remember his name for some reason. Mm-hmm. But I think we actually had him too. We got 2 of them on this trip, not realizing that we already had him. So now we have 2 traders for him.
Wait, we don't have him.
Or
we needed him.
Maybe we didn't have him then. I thought we did.
Nope.
Do we have Bernie?
Nope.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Well, then next we found Bernie.
We found him actually, I think, at Character Warehouse.
Yeah, we found him.
Our first day.
Yeah, pretty early on. And I think we already talked about the Riverside where we kind of got pixie dusted a little bit with all the good pins, so I won't go into that. But
well, we can say it in this video since that was in our vlog.
Okay, well, when we were at Riverside, we found the pin board, we didn't find anything, so we were about to walk away, and the cast member behind the counter was like, is there anything good? I like to make sure my pin boards have all good pins on them. So we were like, oh, we don't see anything really. And she was like, hold on. And she ran to the back and grabbed like a big bag filled with other pin sets of all Wall-E from the Hidden Disney or Hidden Pixar set. And she started.
Hidden Disney.
Oh, well, Hidden Disney set. We're a little closer now. Our second camera card got full, so we're going with just this camera now. So, is it still me?
You were talking about the pin boards, the pin board lady.
Oh, so yeah, with the pin board lady, she was like, hold on. She ran to the back, and she came back with a bag that had 5 or so other bags filled with the Wall-E Hidden Disney pins. Mm-hmm. And she let us look through them, and she was like, trade what you want. And then she started putting some more on the board. And it was just such a cool experience, because at that point, we hadn't found really any, I don't think. I think that was our turning point for...
We found a couple before then.
But still, it was cool.
Yeah, so we got Eve. She was one of the other ones that we got. So she's super cute. Now, we got this one, and I didn't think we had her. When we got home, we do have her on the pin board.
Yeah, so we'll have her for a trader later on. So, and this was a pin, this was one of the packs that we got. I got the Easter Hidden Disney Stitch, and then I also got... the Ursula villains pin from the Hidden Disney set, which I don't think we're really huge on the villains, so we might trade those away. We're going to try to get a little more, what's the word? We're going to try to get a little more strict with what we trade. We're going to try to go through everything, see what we're like, we can get rid of that.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I was grabbing all the other pins from this set. So, here's another Wall-E. Again, like I told you, we had so many of him that we got off the pin board, we got from pin packs. So, another Wall-E. We have 3 of them. So, if anybody needs a Wall-E, let us know.
We got him. And then,
continuing with Stitch, we found this one in Riverside during a blind trade where they have like the little mystery one where you choose numbers. Mm-hmm. And you get to choose like 2 and 22, and they choose those ones, and you can decide if you want to trade it or not. Yeah. So we had that. And
I don't want to talk too much crap on you, but Lavender was under the assumption that they had only trivia-based mystery pin trades. But that's not true. They do have blind trades. And now they also have a cool one that we just found out about today. Diamond for Diamond.
Oh, well but then also they ask you to sing a song.
Oh, yeah.
So, what did you have to sing?
I I always wanted a brother.
That,
I didn't do the accent at the time, but they wanted me to do the accent. They were really fun. It was a really fun pin trade.
Yeah, it was.
But, which we can go ahead and show that Simba. Oh. No, we can't show that Simba. I traded it. Oh, the one that I got from that encounter. It was a Simba with an S. And I traded him away. So, I guess we don't have that pin anymore, sorry.
So here's the droids that Joshy got. So, this
I can
droid...
show some of them now.
I don't think we need to do that to the people.
Okay, what? Excuse me?
Your nails!
They're so long.
Okay. We have this droid. Again, so sorry. I don't know what any of these are named.
Yeah. But we know what this one's named.
R2-D2. Boopity boop. So, those are cuties. And then, on our last day, we're saving the best for last.
Yeah, okay.
On our last day, literally as we were leaving, we were getting our last bit of souvenirs before we walked out the door.
Lavender was postponing the departure.
I know.
She was doing everything she could not to leave.
I didn't want to leave French Quarter.
We have an 8-hour drive.
I know. But we were there at the press penny machine, and we saw 2 cast members come out of a little door there in the corner by Scat Cat, and they had pin sashes, and we had seen them earlier in the day, but one of them, the one that I traded with, did not have a pin sash.
Yeah.
And I clocked 2 Hidden Disney ear hats, and I got both of them because I needed both of them for my collection, because I wanted to get all the ear hats. So we have Dumbo. So cute. And then the Cinderella one.
That was a really, crazy find.
So lucky to have gotten that on the way out.
The only one she needs now is Figment, and that's a chaser. So it's going to have to be a
The
pull.
only reason that we need that one is because of this guy.
This was my first bag, I bought of this set.
And we got it in the vlog, too, so you have to watch it in the vlog.
Which we might pop it up here just so you can see it. But, no, go to that video. Go watch that video. I pulled it and I was like, I want this pin and I want this pin. And I was like, that's the main 2 I want. I'd be okay with a couple others, but these are the ones I want. First pin I pulled was the completer chaser for the Hidden Disney Wally set. So that was the first pin from the pack I pulled. And I was already over the moon with this pin set because I was like, yes, I got what I needed for one set. Then I pull this pin. I pull the Headless Horseman Super Chaser from the same pack. And Lavender said I jumped so hard my shoe made a squeaking on the pavement. I was so happy. Those were the 2 pins. I told Lavender, I think you can see in the video, I told her right before, I was like, I want this pin, and I want this pin. So, I was so happy with that. Mm-hmm. And then Lavender got these.
These are trades.
Yeah, okay, well. Then Lavender got 3 pin packs back to back to back that were
yeah, as you can tell. All of my Play in the Park.
Dupes.
And
I keep saying
the...
dupes. Is dupes?
Duplicates.
Because dupes is a...
Yeah, but that's more of a...
It's a...
beauty term.
Yeah.
Mostly. And here we go into all the dupes.
Duplicates. I'm sorry. I'll stop saying dupes.
No. It's okay. Then this is more of traders that we've got. So this was a fun one. I can't remember where we got this from, but this is from the 2023 Hidden Disney pack, and it's the Orange Bird plane. I have the Lumiere one, so it was fun to find another one. And then this was this a trader?
No, I was going to say, there's no way you traded for this.
No, this was from the 2024 pin pack, too.
Yeah, you did not trade for this.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of those pins. But I got this one, which is Scarlet Witch t-shirt.
Yeah, not my favorite set.
I don't know what, because there's chasers of that, too. But I don't know what they are. That could be a chaser.
Who knows?
And then we got, is this Obi-Wan?
Yes, that is Obi-Wan. I found that one. I didn't really know what the set was at first, so I was glad I grabbed it. I won't say I don't like Star Wars. I'm just not really into Star Wars, but I figured that might be someone someone might want to trade for. So.
Yep. And then I started another pin set because I didn't have any luck with playing the parks. And I actually saw this on someone's pin lantern and I was like, oh, those look really cute. So I ended up getting them. So I started the slipper set. My first pull was Marie. And look how cute it is. It's such a big pin. These are the $10 ones where you get the mystery pack and there's only one pin in the pack. But they're such good sized pins.
Yeah, they are really big.
So then I pulled Cheshire Cat. This one is a cute one. I'm not really big on Alice, but it is a really nice pin still. And I feel like I want to have like the whole set. Yeah. But of the set, Cheshire is probably the one that I'm the least like, you know. If I didn't get Cheshire and the rest of them, I would have been happy.
Yeah.
And then we got Pooh Bear. Obviously, Pooh Bear is my favorite one. So, super cute. Him with his little honey pot. And then we got Minnie Mouse. I ended up pulling 2 of the Minnie and the Winnie the Pooh. So I'll have a trader of each of those. And maybe I can find the last one I need, which is Stitch and Scrump. The last one I pulled was Sorcerer Mickey with his little broom from Fantasia.
And which, this makes me want to bring up a question. When you guys buy pins, do you like to complete sets or do you like to find just specific pins from each set?
Yeah.
Because I think, it's hard to say. I'm a bit of a completer. But we know some people just want to get one specific one from the set and be done with it.
Because they'll have like a Stitch collection, so they just want the Stitch one. Or they'll have a Marie collection, so they just want Marie pins.
So, what would you say you are? Are you a completer or are you a collection, like just character driven?
I really don't know. I think I'm still finding my way.
Fair answer.
But I do love, obviously I want to finish playing the parks. And I want to finish this slipper collection. Yeah. So, I guess with those, I'm completers.
Yeah.
That's the only, I don't have any complete sets yet.
I finally do. With Wally.
Yeah.
My first ever completed set. And there's like 3 sets that I have that are almost complete, but we couldn't find, so.
Well, the ear hats one. We're one away. All of the next pins are all traders. We traded all of these. This wasn't any like purchases. This was all trades that we made. So from the Character Warehouse, we found this one. We thought this would be a good one to have because we knew that it was real. It's the trans flag with Proud. So it's a really nice one.
Which
it's like glittery too.
Yeah, apparently those have been a lot on the pin boards. I feel like you can tell which ones are coming from the Character Warehouses. Because you see like 50 of them when you're on the trip. So, this one is a Pluto Pursuit pin from last year. And we didn't complete this, but we were there during this event. So, I was like, oh, we gotta keep it, right? We gotta keep it.
We don't have to keep it.
I want to keep it because we could have gotten it. So, I'm like, oh, it still commemorates the trip in a way.
Okay. And then also from the Character Warehouse, we traded for this one, which is from, I think it's from Maleficent.
Yes, which is funny because earlier on in our pin trading, I'm pretty sure we traded one of those with someone, and I think it was fake. And now I was like, I wish I could have had a real one to give to them. But it was before we really knew what were fakes and reals and all that stuff. So we found so many year pins this trip that I think I've decided I'm going to start trading pins for years. You had a 2024, but you traded it. It was a Genie 2024. But is what it is.
We have 2024 pins. And I got a 2017 pin, but I want to get year pins that I've been to Disney. Neither one of us went to Disney in 2014. I
know, but it's still cool. Like, we'll just maybe having one from each year going all the way down. That'd be cool. Maybe not. Oh, there's something in my...
This is your collection, not mine.
Yeah.
And then another gear one. I can't remember where we found this one, but a little Simba 2025 one. This is from the mystery box of 2025. So we found that one, and then we also managed to find the Dumbo one. So this one we actually found on that pin board at Bell Services at French Quarter on the little Ray board. So that was a really cute one.
Yeah, it was a really good trade. One that I found was this Donald that I have one or two that are already like the similar set. So I got that one. I'm pretty sure it's fake. I think all the ones I have of this set are fake.
It's okay.
But then I think I also found this one. This is very similar to one I already have, so I think this might be the real version of it. Maybe. But
We'll have to see,
I found those two to add to that collection.
It's very thin. I don't think it's real.
Yeah, probably not.
We can see whichever one looks better to keep.
So there was that one. I'll let you get into the next one.
And then this was a really cool one that I found. I didn't buy any of the boxes from this set, but we found a pin from the Magical Chef's set, which I know a lot of people are really into right now, and a lot of people are on the hunt for the Magical Chefs. So it was cool to find one on a board, and we love Stitch. So
yeah,
we actually saw this one 2 times, and I only got it 1 time, but it was really cool to see it on the board.
We don't try to trade for everything that we see on the boards because we don't want to take everything, because it does get aggravating when you see so many pin boards where there's just nothing. So we try not to grab everything.
Another cool one that I found, which I know is a set that, again, people are collecting right now, is the Character Mugs set. So I found this little Tramp one, and I also ended up finding Bambi. So these were fun to find too.
Yeah.
Of ones that I know people are getting. I know these, I probably won't keep these, again, because I'm not a Bambi or a Tramp, Lady and the Tramp collector, but they were cool to find and definitely good traders.
I'll get on a little bit of a pin show for villains. This one we found was Scar with, I can't remember their names, the 3 hyenas. This was a really cool one. I know this is fake, but I've never seen it, and I really like the way it looks. So we got that one. And we also traded for this Dr. Facilier pin. I don't remember what the set is. Do you?
It's a villain's Mickey-shaped one. I don't know what the set is, but I have seen it around a lot.
And then finally, for our Disney villains, Lavender found this one, but I will show it off. I don't think his name is actually Khan. I think that's just like I don't remember. But we found this villain. We have a Shafar from the same set. So we're not sure if we're going to trade it yet or not. We're kind of thinking on it. But it's a really cool pin. It was a really good find. And Lavender found it.
This was that trade that we did with a guest in the parks. We actually traded off of a board, and he wanted what we traded for. And he was like, well, do you like any of these more? And so, obviously, we want Stitch. So, he took the mini, the, like, bedazzled mini that I had traded, and I got Stitch. So, that was a fun little experience. I think this was a trivia that we had done on a... I think this one was a trivia that we had done on a cast member, or maybe it was just on there. I can't remember.
It was from a cast member because the question was about snakes, and we were struggling, and there was a guest behind us who helped us through a lot of it.
But this is actually an open cell pin currently in the parks, because I saw it just like on the pin cards. So that was a really cool find on a pin. Yeah, like sash.
I think she had a few, like 2 other ones that were really cool. I can't remember what they were, but I just remember she flipped it, and we were like, "Oh my god, there's so many cool pins right there." So I didn't originally know what this was from until Lavender just told me 10 seconds ago. At the time I didn't realize what it was, but it was from the Mouseketeers set. You said correct?
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what it was from, but I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Like, I'm sure somebody would like to trade for it, and if not, I don't mind having it." So that one was really cool. And then we also found I don't know if I'm assuming this is real because I don't know.
It is.
This is a
pin on pin.
Pin on pin of some of the Star Wars crew. Like I know it's C-3PO, R2-D2, Luke, and I think that's Obi-Wan. So that was a really cool pin. Again, I don't really collect that, so it'll probably be a trader.
Yeah, it's a diamond.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely real. So I don't think I'm gonna keep that, but we'll see. I like to collect weird things.
One thing I was on the hunt for when we were going to Disney was I wanted to find the Pixie plush pin pack.
Oh yeah.
They were completely sold out. We never saw it anywhere, and I heard people who were there just before us, they couldn't find it as well. So maybe by the time we're there in May, maybe it'll be restocked and I can get some. But I did manage to find one on a pin board, which is Coda from Brother Bear. So it's a really cute one, and I just love the way that these look. They're so cute.
Yeah.
I really hope that I can find more of the Pixie plush.
And speaking of like pin packs we couldn't find, I was so sad because like we got there to our resort in All Star Sports, and we walked into one of into the store, and we found the Imaginative Icons pack. There was 2 of them, I think, or was there just one?
There was 2.
There was 2 of them, and Lavender was like, "Oh, I think you like these. Do you want to go ahead and get them?" And I was like, "Oh, we'll find them somewhere else." We did not find them anywhere else. We came back, gone. I just wish I would have bought them so bad, because it is a cool set, and I think I want to get into it, but it's just sold out everywhere.
I traded this for this one at the Character Warehouse. I kept seeing these shoe ones. This is the Captain Hook shoe, which we got at the Vineland Character Warehouse where Joshua bought his Peter Pan pins, so it felt very fitting. But I did see a couple of those shoe ones, and I traded for a couple of them, and then I think I retraded some of them because this is the only one that I came home with.
Yeah, and speaking of that specific Character Warehouse, I almost didn't get anything from there because I almost didn't make it into the store. We were driving around trying to find parking
Forever.
for like 25 minutes. And like it was just so aggravating because at one point we were about to get a parking spot, and a dude pulled up last second, and he saw us, and he was like, "Oh, that made me mad." But they need to. I know they want people to pay for parking across the street, but man, I don't want to pay for parking when we're just going to one store.
Mm-hmm. So this was from Riverside. Again, I'm telling you, Riverside had some really great pins. We got this goofy one of him, and I'm thinking this is maybe from a starter set on a lanyard, but this one is a really cool one. I love little Goofy. And then
apparently we were following those people who got the starter set, apparently.
And then we got Donald too. These were on the same board at the same time. So we got both of them
on the same board.
And then this was also on the same board at the same time as those. So Joshy traded for this one for Lucifer. And this was, I think this is one of those like single pack ones for $10. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we'll just show you the rest of the pins that we got from Riverside, because I'm telling you, Riverside is the place to go for pins. And are we saying? Should we say?
I think they already know. If they watch all our videos, they probably know.
What? That we're going?
Yeah. If you don't really watch the channel, this is your first video.
We're going back! And hopefully this is going up after our trip recap video, and we've already announced this trip. But
yeah, I think it will.
We're going back to Disney, and we're staying for 4 nights, 5 days at the French Quarter Resort again. So we'll be able to go and do all of the pin trading and have the beautiful walks along the river again. So I'm so excited. And
I don't mind the way that we did it, where we kind of like, because this last trip we kind of scouted out a new resort just to see how we felt, and that paid off because now we're like, we gotta stay again.
I loved it.
So
it was so great.
If you ever like are unsure about a place, you're like, I want to see before I actually stay on a whole trip, maybe like tack on an extra day at the end and just spend that day at that resort and like see, like get like a really short, compact like overview of everything so you can know for next time.
This was another trade that we did at Riverside on the pin board there by the bike shop. So this one felt very fitting for that resort because we had just seen the like horse and carriage that goes through the resort there. So this is Goofy.
I was gonna say that was probably one of my like magical moments for our trip, that whole trip, because we got to watch the horse and carriage go over the bridge as we were like on the boat. That was so nice, and we'd just seen fireworks.
Yeah, we saw Happily Ever After like going off in the distance.
So
on the boat back to Riverside.
That was a very memorable experience for us.
Cry.
So we got to keep the pin now.
We do, of course we do. This was another pin that I got from that same board at a different time at the bike shop, which is little Dapper Pluto. This one's really cute too.
Yeah.
I really like this one. And then this was the blind boxes again, where you like choose the numbers, and it's a little. This is from. Is it focused?
Yeah.
This is from the Sweet Dreams collection of the blind bag pins of Figaro Sleeping, which I do know now that I do have this one, so this is another trader. So.
But you gotta be safe. Better be safe than sorry if you're not sure if you have a pin.
So I traded for Dopey, which we rode 7 Dwarfs Mine Train for the first time. So I kind of got this one because of that. I don't think it's real, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to trade it again. But it is a really cute little pin.
Yeah, it is really cool.
This one I think I'm definitely going to trade. Looking at it now, I just don't really like the way that it looks. But it's a Figment one of his little wings on his back. I definitely think I'm going to trade this one, but it was a cute one in the moment that I got. This one I traded with another guest when we were at Once Upon a Toy in Disney Springs. It's a Piglet one, so that one's a really cute one, which again, I don't think this one's real either.
And she did trade a real Hidden Mickey droid. And it was mine. Yeah. It was funny though because she was like, "Are you okay with me trading this one?" And then she was like, "Oh, I like that Piglet." And then she was like looking at her husband. I was like, "Oh, is it okay if I trade this one?" So it was basically like me and him were trading.
Yeah.
At that point.
We were just doing the transaction for you. And then earlier in the trip, I found this one on a board, and it's Eeyore. And if you guys have followed us for a while, you know Eeyore is kind of special to us because of our dog who passed. Mm-hmm. So, love a little Eeyore. And then I got this one on a board, which again, I'm not sure if I want to keep this one, but
it's a cool one.
It is a cool one. It says Dance Until Midnight. I think it's a Cinderella one because you can kind of see her shoe there, but I'm honestly not sure.
Yeah, I think it should, and it's also like referencing midnight, so it's got to be Cinderella.
Yeah, maybe it is real. What do you think?
I think it's real. I've looked at it. I mean, I think the letters are too clean for it to be fake.
Okay, well, let's see. This one I don't think is real, but I like getting these. I have the Lightning McQueen of these, so it's fun to find these because this feels like an art and animation set. And it has like a drawn Ariel, and we have the drawn Lightning McQueen one, and all of the characters from this are represented in Art of Animation, this whole set. So it's a fun set that maybe one day I'll complete.
Hopefully.
And then I found this one, which I don't think I'm going to keep this one either, but it was a cute one. I like the donut ones, but I don't think I like them enough to keep them. So I traded away I had a Dumbo one that I traded, and I had a Peter Pan one that I think I traded too. Yeah. So this will be in the traders for our next trip. And then, last but not least, this is a real one, I'm pretty sure, of Sully, little ice cream, which I have started collecting these, I guess. So I have this one for it too. Yeah.
So I would say a very successful pin trip.
Oh my god. And we were only there for 5 days!
Yeah.
We did all of this.
Yeah, because I told Lavender, I was like, I don't think we're going to really trade that much. I mean, we were there for like 3 days because I'd barely been trading anything. And then looking back, we've traded almost 80 pins.
Well, is that including the ones we bought?
Well, so we came away with 80 pins.
Yeah.
Which also leads me to another question. If you buy pins to trade, as in buying trader pins, where do you guys like buy pins from? Because we've been trying to find a couple of different avenues to get authentic pins because we don't really want to. We have bought fake pins in the past. We're not going to continue to do that. If we know we have a fake pin, we're going to try to start moving forward with, what was his name?
He's Walt Disney World or WDW Kevin on like all social media platforms where he does like value for value trade. Yeah. Where if he sees a fake that he likes, like these little Pooh and Piglet ones, or the Eeyore and Piglet ones, if they're a fake, I know they're a fake. So trading a fake for a fake and keeping it with like equal value, so you're not trading away, your nice, expensive. Well, none of these are like ones that we bought, but like you're not trading away your. Gosh.
Like Play in the Park. You're not trading Play in the Park for something that someone got for 20 cents offline. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to try to start doing, just so we know we're not because obviously at the end of the day we're like, it's all for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to enjoy it, but we also don't want to like be putting $500 worth of pins on boards when we're getting probably valued $10 back.
Mm-hmm. I know. I felt so bad with this Stitch one that I traded with a guest, because I'm pretty sure the one that he traded me for was fake. The one that I traded, like, I'd put my pin on the board to get the mini pin, and then he wanted the mini pin, so he traded me this Stitch. And I don't think that mini was real, but this one is. Yeah,
but I will say to that, he did look before, like, he saw the pin before we came up, and then he left. And when we came, we heard about all this like when the cast member was looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
But he went to go talk to his wife, and we saw it, and we grabbed it, and then she was like, the cast member was like, oh well, he was talking to talk to his wife, and she was like, if you're fine,
here first, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, he's technically here first. If you're okay with it, they can have it. And he was like, well, how about this? And then that's when he presented to Lavender the whole thing. And so, I mean, he did get a good look at it before we traded, so.
Mm-hmm. He was really nice.
Yeah. He was saying himself, he was like, I'm all about making people happy.
Yeah.
So.
He was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his wife.
Well, that was all of our pins.
Oh.
It's a lot. We gotta break 100 next trip.
Oh my God. We probably did our first trip.
Oh, we definitely did our first trip.
Mm-hmm.
But, so now we're probably going to spend the next hour trying to get all these onto our pin board.
Yep.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you like this kind of content, maybe you can follow us along for our May trip.
I know, we're 80 days away.
Yeah.
Well, as we're filming this, we're 80 days. Who knows how many days it is when this goes up.
Yeah. Oh, this might be May. It might be May by the time this goes up.
We'll see, because we have so many videos like lined up before our trip.
It's gonna be close, which is nice to actually have like enough to post, because usually we're like, we don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next video.
Have a magical day!